What's going on, everybody? Once again, it's that time. Your favorite time of the week, your favorite 2 hour, well, about an hour and 45 minutes. Your favorite time of the week, the Alphabets Football Talk Show. I am your host, Marcus, the Alphabets. I got my man in the house, the man, the myth, the legend, Buffalo extraordinaire, host of the Buffalo Show on Sunday mornings. Make sure y'all tune into that. Monday night, host of Monday Night Madness. This guy, he's the hardest working man in the Rise Up family. He's here with me tonight. We appreciate him coming through and gracing us with his presence.
It is the greatest thing in the world to have the hardest working family in the world.
Right. My co-host, my normal co-host, Ramona Diehard Dodge, she's on the road. We're sending up prayers for our thoughts and prayers to her. She's got to go handle some personal business, but we're going to hold it down like we normally do. I hope everyone's having a good evening, and we're going to get this party started because I got the fire starter with me. I'm so amped up tonight. I'm so amped up. I got a surprise for y'all, okay? I got a surprise for you. I got a surprise for y'all going to really like this. Oh, can we do it now? We gotta wait. We gotta wait.
You want to do it right now? You want to do it right now? World premiere?
I'll tell you what. This is what we gonna do. When we get When we get 30 viewers, I need y'all to like and share the show. When we get to 30 viewers at one time, and I can see the views on here. Once we get to 30 views, I got a surprise for y'all. Okay, I got a surprise for y'all. So in the meantime, we gonna go ahead. When I see 30 pop up on my thing for the live views, then I'm gonna break out. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and I'm gonna hit y'all with this surprise. So make sure y'all are liking and sharing the show. And here we go. So first thing, we're gonna start off with the news. You know, we always start off with news and notes. Dre, is there anything that caught your ear with news and notes? You know, in the past week or so.
News and notes. Listen, I want y'all to take note that the NFL is in kind of a teeter-totter right now. It's on the Libra scale. They don't know whether it's going to be a football season or not. I think they scared of COVID again. They scared of COVID. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have been scared of COVID, but I think some folks are scared of COVID. COVID is making it real hard for folks to believe there's going to be a season. I'm still hearing that rhetoric. So, I mean, that's something to think about. Will the season kick off on September 13th?
I mean, it's tough, man. You know, because we've been talking about this for the past few months, and this is a football show. I make no qualms about that. I don't do baseball. I don't do hockey. I don't do NASCAR. This is a football show. And this is generally football season. This is generally football. They would have They would have already hit the Hall of Fame game by now. Probably been in a couple of weeks. I mean, they'd be starting the season, the live fire. First week in September, just like they are. But there's no preseason game, so. We still, a lot of the teams are figuring it out. Some teams are saying that they're going to have fans. I know that Jerry Jones said that the Cowboys are going to be about 30%. There's some teams like the Houston Texans said that they're going to have any fans. So, everybody's are they having fans in Buffalo? Are they going to have any fans in the stands?
No fans, none.
So, everybody's kind of up in the air. Everybody's, it's just like with college football. There's some conferences playing. There are some conferences that aren't playing. So, I hope we have a season, and we're going to move forward as such that we do have a season. Until we hear something differently, then we'll go from there. But one of the things that really caught me this week was, this is my team that I follow a lot is the Cowboys, and the Cowboys seem to have lost Gerald McCoy for the year. Freak accident. This a freak. It was a freak accident. Nothing overly violent. Nothing nothing too forceful. Just two big guys colliding, and he kind of went down awkwardly and messed up his quad, and it seems like he is out for the season. And there were some stipulations. The Cowboys made a good move as far as this because it was beneficial to both teams because he pocketed $3 million. He got a $3 million signing bonus, and that allowed them to release him without any type of salary cap ramifications. And then they gained another $3 million by releasing him. So that I think they're around $8 or $9 million they still have left on the salary cap. But there's somebody out there that really catches their eye. You still got guys like Clowney out there. You got a guy like Yannick out there. So I think they're good at the defensive end position. I have heard a lot of good news, and I've talked to some of my people in Dallas and some of my fellow Cowboys fans. They are saying Aldon Smith is showing out. They said, man hasn't played in 5 years, coming in there, wreaking havoc. They said DeMarcus Lawrence is wreaking havoc. Now, Leo Collins, he's been out. He's been out for a little bit, and he's playing against backups. But these guys, they are really doing their thing. So we'll see what happens as far as that. I hope Gerald McCoy,
Well, Marcus, do you want to show him the video? You want to show him the video?
We're at 30?
Yeah, we got no. I'm talking about the video of Gerald McCoy.
Okay, let's show him the video.
All right, we're gonna show him the video. Listen, y'all pay attention. My man Marcus Betts is hitting y'all with some real gems and jewels right now about Gerald McCoy. Definitely, we got the video here. We're gonna pull the thing right through. I gotta do a little research. When Marcus started talking about the Cowboys, I always usually bust his chops about the Cowboys, but in this case, we ain't busting no chops. We keeping it real right here, okay? So here we go. Here's the video. We're gonna show you guys. All right. Right here on the ones and twos. This is the video. All right. So Gerald McCoy suffered a season-ending injury, ruptured his right quad, and this is how he did it. It's kind of weird, but this is how he did it. So be patient with us. The video will be playing in just a second, and you guys can see firsthand what goes on. Ooh.
Yeah, as you can see, yeah, nothing very violent, nothing extraordinary. Just kind of went down awkwardly. And Gerald McCoy, he has had a history. His career has been full of quad injuries. And actually, whenever they signed him to a 2-year deal. And they put certain stipulations as far as that if he suffered another quad injury, that they could release him without any ramifications. So they gained back some salary cap space. And then they also say, they could look next year and look to bringing them back. So, hey, you had 2 or 3 practices and you made $3 million, fully guaranteed. So he could take the rest of the year, $3 million, 3 or 4 practices, 3 or 4 preseason practices, and you get $3 million. So he's gonna be out for the rest of the year, and
Marcus.
Yes.
I'm about to fire start.
Okay, let's go.
I'm about to fire start. I got a fire start. Listen, y'all, like and share the show because I got to unpack this a little bit. I'm not letting Marcus get off the hook with this. I know it ain't his fault, and I know he ain't the person running the practices. But when I look at this video, there's a couple things that really stand out to me. Number one, was he really ready to play football, Marcus? Because what I just seen was absolute. What was that? That almost looked like a blooper on America's Funniest Home Videos. Like the dude just put his hand on his shoulder, on his chest, and he just, what was that? Was he really ready? Like that's number one. Was he really ready to play football? Is my first thing. And number two, did the Dallas Cowboys know something already? Because they made sure they put the stipulation in his contract about that ruptured tendon. Are you sure that they didn't know about this? Are you sure that he was ready to play football? Because that right there makes me question.
Well, they've showed there's been pictures seen of him, and we can bring it up. There's been pictures of him this off season, and he lost a lot of weight, was looking lean. But guess what? Being in the gym, being in the gym, and doing weightlifting and CrossFit and all that stuff is not playing football. And I don't wish injury on anybody, but I think because you don't have preseason games, I think the first couple of weeks of the season, and this is just purely speculation, I think the first couple of weeks of the season, you see a lot of soft tissue injuries because you're going basically from 0 to 100 miles an hour just like that. And I saw some people laughing, and I'm like, look, dude, injuries are just one of those things that are part of the game. And these guys, you start to see the guys who are in shape, guys who have been taking care of themselves during this pandemic and stuff. They haven't had a lot of chances to have like OTAs and mini camps and stuff like that. So you got guys that are going straight to football, and I think you're going to start seeing other injuries. So we wish them a speedy recovery, and I hope we don't see more injuries. I think whenever the real games start, the first like maybe 2 or 3 weeks of the season, I think you see a lot of soft tissue injuries. But that's just a speculation. That would be my guess. Does that sound reasonable to think that we could have a lot of injuries whenever the games really start because of no training camp? And then they cut down the rosters too. So guys who would still be on the team, I think they started for like 90 something players. They started off at 80. So that's 10 guys that would have been getting reps. So that's more opportunity for you to go out there and hurt yourself. So I mean, we'll see. We're kind of in uncharted territory.
For me, that's a fair assessment. You got to think the PT department of every football team is not really getting the usual usage. They're not using the PT program as much, especially with the fact that there hasn't been no real OTAs and no real mini camp, training camp before all of this. I mean, you got a couple weeks to get yourself. It's almost like hurry up, get yourself back.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Home Alone. You almost on some Home Alone type stuff. Like, hurry up and get it packed. Get back. Yeah. Let's go. So I can understand. I could see a lot of little minute soft tissue injuries happening. And I'll tell you who
else it really hurts. I really think it hurts the rookies. Because you look at these
rookies, definitely.
These rookies, they're being thrown out there and I mean basically you really don't see a lot of these rookies start to thrive until their second year because you have a full off season. You're not going to classes. Like these guys, just like a few months ago, they were still in classes, graduating from college, being student athletes. And then early in the season, you went from your bowl game straight to getting ready for the combine, straight to getting ready for the draft. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing like that. So and then there's been no OTA. So you're doing virtual learning, and that's not the same as going out there and playing ball. So some of these younger quarterbacks, they say Tua looks terrible. They say Tua's looking terrible. He's getting beat down by Ryan Fitzpatrick. They're saying that Herbert looks bad. And to me, I blame that on just straight up, not having these OTAs and mini camps and stuff.
Yeah, can you imagine being a college athlete? You see everybody else, all the peers from past. Oh man, they went through every step necessary to be a legit football player. And then it's your turn. And then you shortchange. You got to go out on a whim. That kind of makes you feel a certain way.
The thing is, it's a domino effect all the way down. It's a domino effect all the way down. And me and Ramona were talking about this last week. All the way down to high school. I mean, you're a senior in high school. You're a Under Armour All-American. Getting ready to get recruited by Alabama or LSU or Clemson or Texas, and you may not play football this season. Or you're going to be a top 10 pick, you're a junior or senior in college thinking that you're going to be a top 10 pick, in the 2021 draft, and then there's not a college football season. So, I mean, it's a trickle-down effect, and I just feel bad for a lot of these guys, like you said, Dre, guys that have been working their entire life, the running, the training, the weightlifting, the studying, the camps, the quarterbacks going to the Peyton Manning passing school and stuff like that. And basically, all of that stuff, I mean, you still are going to get drafted, but the last impression that we're going to have of you is the last impression that we've seen of you. If your last game was you getting whipped in a bowl game, Trevor Lawrence, that might be the last. That might be the last thing that you see, that they see. So it's tough, man. It's real tough. But
speaking of football, you want to talk about these trios?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
All right, let's get it going. For sure. We got some trios to talk about, folks. And of course, we want you to like and share the show. We almost at 30. Come on. If we can get to 30, man, we can
share the show. I got a treat for y'all, man. Make sure y'all are liking and sharing the show with everybody. I got a surprise for y'all, man. Y'all are going to love this, man. Y'all are going to love this. Make sure you like and share the show with your friends, your peoples. Put them up in your social media groups. Get up in here because we got some news we want to share with y'all. I've been waiting all day. Me and Dre, I could hardly contain myself. I called him at 4:00 this morning. He didn't answer.
Yes, he did.
He called me at 2 or 3. I get up, but I call him at 2 or 3. He sleep, man. But
no. I was on patrol. He called me. I was patrolling the street.
I called him at like 4, man.
Yeah, he called me at 4:00. He's super ecstatic about this. So come on, like and share the show. Let's get this thing going.
We got to get to 30 views, man, before I show y'all this. So, as y'all can see right here, well,
let's get it.
So we're gonna do this. I got these trios up here. And sometimes, a lot of times, me and Dre, we agree on some things. There's other things we are just polar opposites on. We just don't see eye to eye. So y'all can see up here, we got these trios up here. And if you had to go and grab one of these trios and go into the season, who are you taking? And Dre, you're the guest on the show. I want you to give me the trio you're taking off of this list here. Everybody in the comment section, y'all see this up here on the screen. I'm just going to put down there 1, 2, or 3 and tell me why. Dre, ready, set, go. Who you taking?
And it's number 3. I'm taking number 3. Period.
What? Are you serious?
Number 3. Yep, I knew it. Listen, I knew this would get a debate out you by me picking number 3. Man. Yes, of course. I'm taking number 3 just so I can debate with you.
Man, yes. I think you're taking it just because it got one of your Packers on there, man. I think it's got Devontae Adams. I think you're doing a homer move on this one here. I gotta take. I'm going number 1. I'm going number 1, and here's the reason why. I'm taking them over those other 2. Number 1, Todd Gurley. I think Todd Gurley's damaged goods. Okay, I think Todd Gurley's damaged goods. I think number 2. Now, number 2, that was really close for me. I don't trust Kamara to be a full-time back. He's never been a full-time back. He's a hell of a player, but he just ain't that guy. Austin Eckler showed me a lot last year, especially whenever Melvin Gordon did his holdout. I think he's going to have an incredible year where he gets the majority of the carries. I think Devontae Adams. Okay, and I'm about to piss some people off.
Watch your mouth.
In my opinion, until this past season, in this offseason where the Buffalo Bills acquired Stephon Diggs, I thought talent-wise. Now, he hasn't put it all together, and part of that is because of his quarterback situation. The musical chair of quarterbacks that they have down there in Miami. I think Devontae Adams, right now as it stands, is the second is the second most talented wide receiver in the AFC East. In the AFC East, I think he's the second best. I got to give it up to Stephon Diggs. I think with the Buffalo Bills acquiring him, I think that he moved to that top spot as far as the best wide receiver. And then it's Patrick Mahomes, Patty Mahomes. I think he's the best quarterback in the game. He's gonna find you, and then if he gets in trouble, he can dump it off to Eckler. So I'm going number one. I'm going team number one. You sure you don't want to change your mind?
Heck no. And on top of that, we about to debate this. I am not letting you get away with that. Number one, first and foremost, let's be very clear. Todd Gurley may be damaged good, but Todd Gurley wasn't too bad last year. Go look at Todd Gurley's stats last year. And he's starting with a new team. Sometimes when you start with a different team, you get fresh legs, you get fresh wind, and he's playing with a better quarterback in Matty Ice over there. With some more weapons over there, which is real nice to be playing with some weapons. Opens up some running lanes for you, makes the running game easier, makes your job a little easier to run. Gurley is the better back out of all three of these guys. Eckler can get the heckler out of here. I'm not sold on Eckler. You can heckle and Jekyll and Hyde all you want. Kamara, we know what Kamara is. Kamara is a combo back who likes to catch the ball out the backfield, things of that nature. So as far as that, I'm taking Gurley at the running back position, and I get it. The best ability is availability. That's fine and dandy. You can have that one. As I move over to the wide receivers, this one ain't even close. Come on. I mean, Galladay is really good. I give Galladay his props. As a Detroit Lion, I am a Packers through and through fanatic. But Devontae Adams is the best wide receiver on here. There's no question. Devontae Adams has done it in every facet you can name, you can imagine. So, I mean, Devontae Adams is it for me. And then when you go to the quarterbacks, obviously Patrick Mahomes is number one. I can argue about number two and number three. I think Russell Wilson has done. I think Russell Wilson consistently for the last 8 years he's been in the league has consistently been on a elite level every season, whether he has defense or not, whether he has all the offensive weapons. Russell Wilson has definitely put together quite the resume. And I have to give him his props for that. I mean, there's some people who will argue Wilson is better than Mahomes sometimes, in some cases. So I can understand totally. If you do, those out there right now, put it in the comment section too. If you think Wilson is better than Mahomes, go ahead and put it in the comment section. I would love to know who you are. I think Wilson is a tad bit underneath Mahomes. It's the slightest.
Yeah. 1A, 1B.
I have to take number three. I have to. Devontae Parker is good and he's up and coming. Eckler, like I said, can get the heckler out of here. Jekyll and Hyde, you can see him later. I've seen what he can do. I'm not jumping for joy over him. But, you think Devontae Adams is just a good wide receiver? You don't think that his quarterback situation has played a part in why he hasn't accepted? I mean, God, he was a top draft pick coming out of Louisville. I don't know. I think he was there. He was there with Teddy Bridgewater. I want to say he was there with Teddy Bridgewater. I think he's a hell of a player. I just think when you have a bad quarterback who can't get you the ball consistently, it's kind of hard. I mean, wide receivers are dependent on their quarterbacks. And if your quarterback is inept, when you look at the things that Juju Smith-Schuster went through last year, everybody's talking about, Juju Smith-Schuster is not a good wide receiver. Juju Smith-Schuster, in my opinion, is still a good damn wide receiver. It's just when you have musical chairs, every week you got a different quarterback, it's kind of hard to have any type of continuity as far as like what you're trying to do. I think it's not even close. I think
Devontae Parker is the second best wide receiver in the AFC East. Are you cool with that? Is that a fair assessment?
I think that's a very fair assessment, but as it stands to choose your trio, which is like test your might in Mortal Kombat, choose your trio. That's the NFL version of test your might in Mortal Kombat. Sir, Kenny Golladay has Matthew Stafford throwing him the football. And if you noticed, my list is 3, 2, 1 when it comes to wide receivers. And it's preferably because these guys are phenomenal, even with the quarterbacks that they have. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. You got Matthew Stafford for the Lions, obviously, who I have a newfound liking for after I watched the video a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook, where Matthew Stafford literally takes a shot, gets up with his shoulder busted and completes a touchdown to win the game. Yeah, I mean, phenomenal. The guy is tough as nails. So I have a newfound liking for Matthew Stafford. But then Miami, can y'all keep a quarterback? I mean, the last real quarterback Miami had was Chad Pennington.
Are you going to start this? Are you going to start about quarterbacks? Are we going to start about
Ryan Fitzpatrick? No, we moving on.
You want to start this? You want to start about the ineptitude of quarterbacks in the AFC? You want to take it there? Okay, I'm just saying.
Nope, I sure don't. I think
you're trying to get me.
We will have a half an hour conversation. This will be a half an hour conversation on Josh Allen. No.
We need to get Mookie Hawkins in here. We need to get Mookie Hawkins in here. What?
No. Leave Mookie out of it tonight.
All right. Let me see. I'm going to read some of these comments. Let's see here. Dalton Smith says 1. He agrees with me. Let's see. Yuri Barrow says 3.
Thank you, Yuri.
Dalton Smith says Parker is underrated wide receiver, but he's not better than Adams. I never said he was better than Adams. I said he was the second best. Is that fair to call him the second best wide receiver in the AFC East? Is he better than Julian? Is he better than Julian Edelman? Was he better than Robbie Anderson when he was with the Jets last year?
Ooh, see, now you're in trouble because guess what? Devontae Parker ain't the second best wide receiver in the AFC East. Stephon Diggs is number 1. Number 2 is Julian Edelman. Number 3 would be I give Devontae Parker number 3.
You give it to Devontae?
I'll give him
3. I think y'all may have the best. I think the Buffalo Bills, we're talking about, when you say Stephon Diggs, y'all may have the best wide receiving core now in the AFC East. I wouldn't have a problem with somebody saying that. When you look at who's the Jets' number 1? Who's the Jets' number 1 receiver now? Don't they have Perriman?
Yeah, if you don't know, it means it doesn't matter. If you don't know, it's not worth talking.
In the words of Dennis Home, don't nobody care. Don't nobody care.
Nobody.
Let's see here. Eddie V. Hill says I would go 3. Kelvin for the culture said I'm going to go with 3. And that's what we got right. Dre, mostly everybody's agreeing with you on this. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes could take just about anybody and make the wide receiver core good. And I think people are really underestimating what Austin Eckler brings to the table. So, y'all
like
keep.
Austin Eckler.
I like Austin Eckler. Now we're going to see if he can be an every down back. He kind of proved it last year. He went 6 games, but it's one thing when the main guy is going to be gone for 6 games and you pretty much think you're going to get him back. It's something totally different when it's like you're the guy from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. You're going to be our workhorse back. He's not a very big guy, and I just wonder about his. Does he have the durability to carry the rock for the Chargers? Because they're going to be relying on him a lot. Now, I think he's one of the best dual threat backs in the game as far as coming out of the backfield, catching the ball, and things like that. But can he take the pounding at his size and be the workhorse that they thought Melvin Gordon was going to be? So we'll see. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. What we got next?
All right, you know what's next on the docket, of course. This is a really good topic right here. In their prime, who would you rather have for one game? LaDainian Tomlinson, Adrian Peterson, or Chad Johnson? Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh man. That's not Chad Johnson either. That's we got a typo there. That's
yeah, that's not Chad. That's Chris.
Chris Johnson, CJ2K. Wow. Is this close? Is this even close?
It's close for two. It's not close for all of them.
Okay, on this list, I got things that you may know. we got a section. Ramona came up with a section things you may know. Fun facts. Who were the two running backs on this list who have a 2,000-yard season?
Oh, we know. It's both 28s.
Okay. But then you got to look at the day that Adrian Peterson is Chris Johnson, is he a future Hall of Famer?
No, but watch this. I got a fun fact for you right off the top on top of this.
Okay.
There's another 28 that's not being mentioned. You know what 28 that is?
You better not say I don't know what number he wears, but you better not say Frank Gore.
No, sir. I would be talking about LaDainian Tomlinson's 28 touchdowns in one season.
Okay. Look, LaDainian Tomlinson, I think LaDainian Tomlinson and Adrian Peterson are in the same boat. You got guys that have illustrious careers. I don't think Adrian Peterson is going to win a championship. I don't think the Washington team, the Washington football team established in 1932, do we think that they're going to win a championship in the next 2 or 3 years?
No, and prayers to Ron Rivera, by the way, who has cancer.
And Adrian Peterson is also saying that he wants to break Emmitt Smith's rushing record. He's like 4,000 yards behind. I don't think he's going to break that record, and I don't think he's going to win a championship. So now we're looking at like accomplishments. And I think with that, I mean, I still think Adrian Peterson, when he retires, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. But I think people will look at him in the same boat as LaDainian Tomlinson, a very good back for a very long time, who never played in the big game. Is that fair?
Yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson played, though. Didn't he play with the Chargers when they lost to who did they lose to? 49ers? Was LaDainian Tomlinson? Yeah, was he around then?
I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson, he was on them awesome Chargers teams. I mean, Phillip Rivers. Hell, he got drafted with Drew Brees. He was in the same draft with Drew Brees. He went in the first round. And Drew Brees went in the second round. So, I mean, he came into the league the same year.
I'm messing with folks, by the way.
Yeah, I think if I gotta go with in their prime, this may surprise us. Who are you gonna take? Who you taking?
I'm taking LaDainian because of what he can do outside. First of all, LaDainian. I remember LaDainian Tomlinson on Sunday Night Football. If you handed him off the ball, he might take that joint 80 yards on any carry. And then he's a beast coming out that backfield catching the football. He is a monster. 28 touchdowns in one season is better than that 28 that's on Chris Johnson's jersey or Adrian Peterson's jersey. Period. To me.
I got to agree with you. For everything that Adrian Peterson has done, his longevity, he is definitely an Iron Man to one of the 8 or 9 running backs in NFL history to have a 2,000-yard season. His
He was
durability,
9 yards. He was 9 yards.
yeah.
I was so mad when they didn't let him get it. And you know what we was playing against when he almost got it?
What was it? Who was it? The Packers? Was it Packers? Yeah, I mean, 9. I mean, if they, I think he could have got it. That record's going to be very hard. You know what? Actually, I think it's like 2,100 yards or something like that.
2,105.
2,100 yards. 2,105. Now you got to look at too with them adding a game. With them adding a game, then there being 17 games. Like, I mean, it is a possibility. I mean, you're getting a whole nother 30 more carries in a game to break that record. So, it's not out of the reach. So, I think with the extra game now, I think it's very possible. I think that record will be broken. You might see around like 2,200 yards, somewhere around there. Because, I mean, we see he was 9 off. That record has stood for close to damn 30 years, So we'll see what happens as far as that. But I'm with you, bro. I'm definitely taking LT. His versatility, his speed, his shiftiness, and the thing that puts him a little bit above AP, in my opinion, is the ability to catch out the backfield. So I gotta agree with you on that. What we got next? Guys, y'all are fading on me. We're supposed to be getting stronger. We're at 10 views. We got to get to 30. Until I get to 30 views, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't doing nothing.
Darn it. Come on. We was at 24 at one point.
Come on, y'all.
We'll get
like and share the show. We got to get to 30 views, even if it's just for a second. The moment we pop up and hit 30 views, we gonna hit you for this little video the first lady put together for me, and we're gonna now this one here we
don't tell them, Marcus. Nope.
So as you can see, the next slide we have here, who has the toughest division? Man, I mean, wow.
This is
and to me, when I'm thinking, what are your criteria for the toughest division? Is it a division that's constantly putting out playoff teams? Is it just the physicality of the division? Like, what is your criteria? I guess we got to set the criteria as far as like, what do we mean by toughest division? What are the criteria? What's the criteria for that?
All right, so I got a couple of things that's criteria. Number 1, best rivalries. Number 2, playoff potential. Number 3, elite players in the division. Number 4, elite coaches. And I'm leaving it at that because if I come up with some more, I might as well write a textbook on what the criteria should be. It is very interesting because obviously it's been the NFC West and the AFC North. Obviously, even though the Super Bowl champion came out of the AFC West this past year. But if you really look at it, I want you to think about it. The Rams have been in the Super Bowl. The Seahawks have been in the Super Bowl twice. San Francisco's been in the Super Bowl twice in the last, 10, 12 years. They've been in the Super Bowl twice. The Arizona Cardinals have been to the Super Bowl once. So every team in the West, NFC West, has been in the Super Bowl. Every single one of them. We can't say the same for any other division that's on this list.
Look, man, when I look at,
San Francisco.
those San Francisco.
I'm really gonna go with the.
Who you going with? We got the first lady in the house. We got Goldie Hawkins in the house, and they're over there screaming without a doubt the AFC North. Look, man, I like Smash Mouth. I like Smash Mouth football. I love Smash Mouth football. My co-host, she loves defense. I mean, we sit up here and we talk about defenses. We had a show a couple of weeks ago with Goldie Hawkins, and shout out to Fresh.
Hold on.
Fresh.
Can I correct somebody in the comment section?
Go
Listen,
ahead.
Buff Flair, you gotta hear exactly what I said. I said within the last 10 years, sir, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not been in the Super Bowl in the last 10 years. Don't do it. Please don't do that. The last time I said in the last 10 years, sir. Last 10 years. He thinks I'm talking about all in all. If that's the case, and we're talking all in all, then every team in the AFC West has been to a Super Bowl as well. If that's the case, the Chargers have been to a Super Bowl, the Raiders have, the Broncos have, the Chiefs have. I'm not talking about who has been to the Super Bowl, period. I said within the last 10 years, 10 to 12 years. So, right, in your mind, I get you. But the NFC South in the last 10 years have not.
And shout out to my guy, Buck Flair. Shout out to you. But hey, bro, I also remember a year when the Carolina Panthers were 7-8-1 and went to the playoffs and got to host a playoff game at 7-8-1.
Oh, don't do that, because I remember a year that the Seattle Seahawks was 7-9 and got to host a game, which we all remember the Marshawn Lynch run against.
That was the Beastquake game. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. Look, when I look at toughest division, I think of back in the day, NFC North. They called it the black and blue division: Bears, Packers, Vikings. But when I think of defense and teams beating the hell out of each other, to me, it's the AFC North. When you look at, we were talking about this. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You look at back in the day, before it was the AFC North, it was the AFC Central, and they had the Tennessee Titans in there. That was when they had Eddie George.
If this was the Central, we can have this conversation again. If this was the Central, we can have this conversation.
I'm saying you still got, look, generally every division has two teams that that's like, okay, it's going to come down to these two teams. This season, you look at Falcons, Saints. Recently, that's the 1 year with Cam Newton, the MVP year, 15-1. But generally, in the NFC South, it's the Falcons and the Saints. In the NFC West, generally, now I know that the Rams went to the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, got blown out, but they did go. But for the past 10 years, it's been San Francisco and the Seahawks. That's what it's been.
Yeah. My only problem with the AFC North is, and shout out to the Steelers and Ravens for holding up this division when you had Marvin Lewis 0-7 in playoffs, who never won a playoff game, and then the Cleveland behind Browns, who couldn't get over the hump and still can't get over the hump for some reason to save a life. Listen, you got two teams that are dismal as hell in that division. That's why I can't say AFC North, because the two teams that's just god awful. I mean, they're god awful. But if you're going
to say, but look, on the same token, look, every division pretty much has a clown team, don't they? I mean, if we're going to say
clown teams, I mean, you should listen. This is Shrine Circus over there in the AFC North.
Okay, okay. So doesn't the AFC East? Doesn't the AFC East generally have two clown teams?
Marcus, they're not on this list. Stick to the list. Stick to the list. You want to?
No, I'm just saying.
On the Bills. Don't dig.
I'm not even talking about Buffalo. I'm not even talking about Buffalo.
Marcus, I'm Dr. Firestarter, and I'm gonna prescribe you some medicine so you can stop trying to bring up the Bills.
I'm just saying. Look, every division has a clown team. Every division. Every single division, there's one team in the division that's a clown team.
Yeah. Put them up. Yeah.
Now every team in the NFC East has won a championship. The Giants, Cowboys, Washington, Philly now. But for a long time, Philly was the clown team. They were the clown team because they were the only team in the division that hadn't won a championship.
Yeah.
Yes, the Browns and the Bengals have been clown teams, but so have the Dolphins and the Dolphins and the Jets. They're clown teams. In the NFC North, the Detroit Lions are a clown team. They've been a clown team until recently.
They went winless the whole season.
Yes, until recently, the Arizona Cardinals, they were a clown team. So I'm talking about every single year for them. I mean, every team has down years. Every team has a down year here or there. But I'm saying, like, when you've just been horrible forever, then you got two teams. Look, now that Ben Roethlisberger's back in the AFC North, and if he's somewhat healthy, and I mean his health is going to be questioned. But with Ben Roethlisberger, even if he's halfway healthy, he presents a problem for the Ravens. Now, I still got the Ravens with a slight nod over the Steelers, but the Steelers, and then I think that the Browns this season will be pretty decent. I think the AFC North sends 3 teams to the playoffs. I think the AFC North. I think the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Browns go to the playoffs this season.
Marcus, I'm willing to put a bet on that. You want to put a bet on that? I mean, yeah, we can put a bet on that.
Just saying, I think Stefanski with the Browns, he's going to have a lot to say. I think Baker Mayfield's and I think they beat the hell out of each other this year. I think the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Browns beat the hell out of each other, and I think that they send 3 teams into the AFC playoffs.
Marcus,
especially with that 7th playoff spot. With that 7th playoff spot, I could very easily see the AFC North sending 3 teams to the playoffs.
Marcus, they want your face on a close up. They want you to say yes to the bet or no to the bet. Go ahead.
It depends on what the bet. Let's see here.
Pushing down and it hurts inside. Come on, give me started. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
about to win something off you too. Come on.
I'm telling you, me and you, we gonna sit down. We gonna talk about it. Let's see here. Chuck Thomas says, "Look at the talent in the NFC now. The NFC South now. Best players."
Yes, I'm not disputing that. There's no dispute on that. No.
Dre had to bring it up. He said, "Then we." Ramona says, "Then we will see Chuck Thomas, but right now it's unproven." Like, do the Buccaneers look good on paper? Yes, but they have not played one game yet. We don't know what Gronkowski's going to be coming back.
Listen, don't make the mistake of what we did with the Cleveland Browns.
Or the Philadelphia Eagles dream team a few years back. Remember they had all them players? Oh, man, we're definitely going to the playoffs. So, let's see here. Ramona says, yeah, you don't play them twice a year. I guess they're talking about the Ravens and the Ravens, the Browns and the Bengals. Chuck Thomas says Ravens after Super Bowl were crap with Flacco. Okay, yeah, they are, but they're back now. I mean, Lamar Jackson, I think he's one of the next quarterbacks that gets paid. Who gets paid first? Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson? Who gets paid first?
Deshaun.
You think Deshaun gets paid? Let's see here. This year is the NFC South easily. I don't agree with that. Yuri Barrow says clown teams. Yes, clown teams. And then Chuck says Marcus has 2 in the NFC East. Who are the 2 clown teams in the NFC East?
The Giants and Redskins.
The Giants and Redskins? Of course, Kellen says, did somebody say Buffalo Bills Mafia? Let's see here. Yuri Barrows, Panthers, Chargers, Bengals, Rams, Jets, Colts. Yuri Barrow says Lions too. Ramona says, "Be ready for the commercial. Y'all get ready. Y'all need to keep liking and sharing the show. We got some big news for y'all. It's coming. Let's see.
Listen, we keep trying to get there. We getting there.
We're trying to get there. That's a bold prediction for the Browns. I guess he's talking to me. I think the Browns are going to be decent this year. They were 8-8 last year. We think they're going to be worse than 8-8. You know, I'm just saying. I think they're going to be pretty good. Chuck Thomas says Juju, Hollywood Brown, OBJ, Landry, AJ Green, or Evans. Oh, I guess he's talking about. Juju, Hollywood Brown, OBJ, Landry, AJ Green, or Evans, Thomas, Julio, Godwin, Gronk. I mean, you have a good receiving core. Who's your running back? Are you Ronald Jones, and LaShawn McCoy, who couldn't get on the field with the Chiefs last year? That's your starting running back. I think your wide receiver is Tom Brady at 43 years old. Is he still a good player? Look, what's the one undefeated opponent besides Floyd Mayweather, Dre? Father who? Father Time. You know, look, I've seen. Everybody thought Peyton Manning was going to play forever. He threw for 50 touchdowns, 55 touchdowns. Oh man, Peyton Manning's going to play forever. And then that Super Bowl.
Wait a minute. Did you hear the report that Tom Brady's arm? Gronkowski came out and said that Tom Brady's arm is stronger than it was when he first played with Tom Brady.
That avocado ice cream is not.
I'd be checking him right. I'd be checking him right now for PEDs. Right now. Now. As soon as Gronk said that. All right, Thomas Edward Brady, come to my office.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, come on to the office. We gotta check you out, brother. But I'm the face of the NFL. I don't give a damn what you face. This. Face this or face this.
Yeah, So you're sticking. So who are you going with? You never gave me your answer. Who are you going with? Best division, guys. Toughest division.
West is NFC West.
NFC West. I'm going with AFC. I'm going with the AFC North, especially this year. I like what the Ravens have done. I think Big Ben gives them steady leadership. Look, we talked about this during the draft. I think the kid from Notre Dame, I think he's really gonna really excel over there. Claypool, you put Claypool, Juju, Deontay Johnson, James Washington, the kid from North Carolina, Switzer. I think they got a good wide receiving core, and then when you look at having Ben back, his veteran presence, and then I just don't think that I don't think the coach gives. I don't think he gets as much credit as he should. I think that if they would have made the playoffs last year, and me and Ramona were talking about this, I think that he's the coach of the year. And I mean, I like the job that your boy did up in Buffalo, but I think with the injuries that Pittsburgh had last year, I think that
Mike Tomlin did a great job.
Mike Tomlin could definitely have been in the running for coach of the year. So that's what I got. What we got next?
All right. Well, next on the docket, fun facts. We got some fun facts.
Give me some fun facts.
So now, folks, this is the fun fact segment where, Andre the Torch Robinson obviously came up with a bunch of fun facts. So I'm going to ask Marcus and you guys some questions and see if you guys know the answers to these questions. So fun fact time it is, folks. Make sure you like and share. We testing your knowledge right here on the Alphabets Football Show. Man, like and share. Man, come on. We do this every Friday. Marcus Betts, Ramona Dye in the building. You got the fire starter with you tonight. Now, there is one team in the NFL since 2011 who is finally facing a 3-game road trip. So this NFL team has not faced a 3-game road trip since 2011. What football team is it? Do I need to put on some Jeopardy music for you? You need
Yeah, just put on the Jeopardy music.
You need some Jeopardy music. Maybe I hear some Jeopardy music. I give you some Jeopardy.
I'm gonna say the Chargers.
Okay, well, let's see what your constituents in the comment section are saying. Let's see what they got to say. Let's see here. Let's look. Can you see the comments, Marcus?
I can. I got
What we got so far?
Goldie Hawkins said the Patriots. Chuck Thomas says the Patriots.
Nope.
No.
Nope. That would be the incorrect answer.
Incorrect answer.
That's right. Incorrect. It's not correct. You better come correct. Come on now. This is the Alphabets football show. You gotta come correct.
Ramona Dodd says Redskins. Yuri Barr says repeat the question, please.
All right. The question is, what NFL team since 2011 for the first time is facing a 3-game road trip? So what NFL team is now this season facing a 3-game road trip that haven't faced one since 2011? It's only one team. Only one team.
Let's see here. Dalton Smith says 49ers. Chuck Thomas, Buck Flair says Raiders.
Oh. So nope. Those answers are incorrect. Both of them are incorrect. Oh, yeah, I see them now. Nope. 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 And no.
Yuri Barrow says the Patriots. They just said the Patriots 3 times. Goldie Hawkins said Patriots. Chuck Thomas said Patriots. No? Ain't nobody got Dalton Smith says the Browns.
Wrong. It's not the Browns.
Not the Browns?
Nope.
I'm trying to think the team that has not had a 3-game road trip. I don't know, a team that's got a stadium build. I don't know, man. Ramona says Arizona.
Correct. Ding, 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 ding. Ramona, die hard die. You are the correct answer getter. You should feel good about yourself there. Yes, it is the Arizona Cardinals. They are facing the first 3-game road trip since 2011. Those sneaky devils. Those sneaky birds. All right. So here's another question. Here's a fun fact. The last time the Atlanta Falcons played the NFC North in 2017, they went to the Bears in week 1 and the Packers in week 2. This year, it's the same, but it's week 3 and week 4. That's a fun fact on the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I have a fun fact for the Baltimore Ravens. For the first time in franchise history, the Ravens will be doing what this season?
Playing I have no earthly idea.
So for the first time in franchise history, the Baltimore Ravens will be doing what this season that they've never done before? Oh yeah, let me get that Jeopardy music. Yeah, I see y'all need some Jeopardy music. I got the keyboard here, so let me lock and load the keyboard. Running the wishbone. Nope. Irving, Goldie Hawkins. Not sure. Come on, Irv. Let's research a little bit. Look at the Ravens. You'll find it. I promise you. And that's my spot. No. Hell no. No. Ain't about to get Come on, y'all.
Oh man.
Having
Eddie
the
Video
most
said
Monday night. Ooh, Eddie, you close. Ooh, Eddie is on fire. He close. He real close. He real close. He is very
let's see.
close.
Multiple primetime games.
How many though?
4.
Come on, Marcus. You're super close. You're super close.
No, that's not it.
It ain't 4. It's close. Chuck said playing the easiest schedule. He is funny.
Him got Joe. Let's say three primetime games.
That's correct. Marcus bets. For
Okay.
the first time, the Baltimore Ravens in franchise history will be playing 3 straight primetime games. Week 12 through week 14, they will be playing primetime games. 3 back-to-back. Yes, Ramona, there it is. Primetime games. Yep. Primetime. Sure enough.
Time.
We ain't talking
Speaking of prime time, my man Deion Sanders done left the NFL Network, man.
Oh yeah, he'll have a job somewhere else though.
I like what is that? 21st Street or something like that. The show he does like afterwards. You know, if you ball, you get the call. If you ball, you get the call. But it's gotta be in a winning effort.
All right, here's a fun fact about the Buffalo Bills. This is the 4th time since the bye week's 1990 institution that the Bills will have had a bye week occur week 11 or later. They said they're not giving the Bills no rest. You gonna play? Hey, Josh Allen, you gonna play 10 weeks straight? You gonna play 10 weeks straight, and you better not throw 20 interceptions, and you better not have 20 fumbles.
Look, here's the thing about it, and I've said this, and I pissed off some people when I said this. You got if you want to be recognized as one of those teams, and you want the recognition, you want the props, you want that glory. They're putting you in a situation. It's different when you go from being the hunter to being the hunted. When everybody plays, you're a playoff team. You done made the playoffs 2 out of the past 3 years. So now, you know, when teams are playing Buffalo, it's no more, it's just the Buffalo Bills. Like, you gotta understand, when people play you now, you know, you're a playoff team. You're a playoff team. You're you know, people have a lot of expectations for Buffalo. So you gotta understand, everybody who plays you now, they're gonna play you, you know, like it's a big game.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. You know that. Here's a fun fact that I did not know about the Carolina Panthers. Matt Rule will be the first Panthers head coach, first-year coach, since Dom Capers in 1995 to start off with 2 of his 3 first games on the road.
yeah, that's not gonna end well.
What in the world?
Yeah, they ain't giving them no kind of breaks, man. I think Carolina. I think they come in last place in that division.
By the way, Chuck Thomas said the Browns, Steelers, Cowboys, Ravens have the weakest schedules. Look it up. Oh yeah, Chuck. I'm not disputing that, but that wasn't the answer to my question. That's not what I wanted. That wasn't the answer. Being the weakest schedule wasn't the answer. Now, there is a team that is playing another team in week 1. This team is 0-4 all time against the Texans. What team is it?
0-4 against the Texans.
Yep. They're 0-4 against the Texans all time, and they will be playing Oh, they will be playing this team in week 14. Who is the team? What is the team? So this team is 0-4. Yep, 0-4 against the Texans all time. They will get a chance to win their first game against the Texans ever in week 14. What team is it?
Chuck Thomas says Kansas City.
No, man, Kansas. Seriously. All right, Ramona, here's the question again. There is an NFL team that is 0-4 against the Texans all time. They will get their first chance to beat the Texans in week 14 this year. What is the team? Who is the team?
Chuck Thomas said, I thought first week.
Nope.
The Texans. I'm trying to think who.
There's a team that is 0-4 against the Texans all time. They will get their chance to win their first game against the Texans ever in week 14. And yes, Dalton Smith got the correct answer. It's the. Go ahead. Let me see if you can guess it without looking in the comment section. Cheater.
I already looked.
Oh, you already seen it. It's Devon's team. Those bad news Bears. Yes, the Chicago Bears. 0-4 against the Texans. Would have never thought of that.
That's surprising.
That's an interesting step. All right. This team. Okay, I'm just going to read the fun fact. I was trying to make it a question, but I'm just going to read it. So the Cincinnati Bengals, if Joe Burrow is the starter week 1 versus the Chargers, he will be the first LSU first-round quarterback since Brett Jones in 1973 to start on opening day.
How many good quarterbacks have come out of LSU?
Don't even know. The biggest bust came from LSU.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
the biggest bust.
DeMarcus Russell,
trash.
Trash.
Straight dumpster juice.
How about Zach Mettenberger? You remember him?
Yes. Yo, can I get a Mettenberger with a side of sewer shake? With a sewer shake on the side. No.
Look, man. I mean, when you really think about it, there's some look. I'm not taking anything away. I'm not taking anything away from LSU. Their skill position. Look, this is the school that put out. Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Jamal Adams. I mean, they put out some incredible players, but who's the guy that just came out this past? Kaylavon Chason. They got high hopes for this guy. And then who was the safety? The safety that went to Arizona? The guy that they couldn't decide the position for him? Linebacker safety that Arizona picked up? Can't even think of his name. First round pick. Everybody was trying to decide. I mean, LSU is they Clyde Edwards-Helaire, They've put out some incredible players, man. But Peyton Hillis for a little while there at running back. They thought Darius Geis would be pretty good. Leonard Fournette. So I mean, they have put out some players, but it's just quarterback just seems to be a very tough position for them to he comes from Simmons. Yeah, he's from Clemson. That's my bad. That's Clemson. But yeah, I mean, LSU puts out some pretty damn good players. What we got next? Man, you know what? I'm about to look.
You want to hear this last one? You got to hear this last one. I promise you. We can move on. The
Okay.
Cleveland Browns. Where we from? Cleveland. What we do? We get down. Who are we? Cleveland Browns. What we do? We get down. Listen, after getting 4 primetime games in 2019, the Browns are back to 2. Making it their 6th season since 1999 with just 2 primetime games. So if you just, wait a minute, if you had, this is the 6th season with just 2 primetime games since 99, how many primetime games did you have before? 1, none. It's like, hell nah. Play that song, Marcus. Play it. Do you want the Cleveland Browns on prime time?
I mean, it's just look. My good friend. Shout out to my man over there. I think he's doing this show right now. My man Walter Ringfield. I love you, brother. This guy argues with me about the Cleveland Browns all the time. That I be trying to tell him, oh man, you don't talk about the Cleveland. I'm like, bro, the Cleveland Browns organization is terrible. Like, it's terrible. It's really like, I'm like, dude, like, you're lucky that they even have a team. Your team is the Baltimore Ravens right now. Your old team, that's the one that you used to cheer, is the Baltimore Ravens right now.
They skipped out them. They skipped out.
Snuck out of town in the middle of the night. Packed up everything. It looked like a scene. It looked like a scene from what is the one where he kicked his wife out? Was it not Woman Thou Art Loose? Diary of a Mad Black Woman. When she came home and all of her dresses and stuff were up in the moving van. That's what it looked like. This moving vans. The next thing you know, the whole facility's cleared out. Moved and snuck away in the middle of the night. It's Marcus, like, come on, man.
Marcus.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns. Let me just tell you, the Cleveland Browns actually have a theme song. Okay? It goes a little something like this.
Whatever happened to the capability? The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please. So
and you know, the thing about it, I will say this though. They have awesome fans. They do have. I know a couple of. I don't know a whole bunch, but I know a couple of Cleveland Browns fans, and I mean they are diehard fans. No offense, Ramona. Diehard. They are diehard fans. I mean, they love that team. Ugly uniforms and all. Terrible record, and they love that team. So I mean, I'm really hoping that they can. They got good players. You know, they got good players. So can Stefanski, can he put it all together? We'll see this season. So guys, you know what? I ain't waiting no more. I ain't waiting no more. You ready? All right, y'all.
You ready?
I've got a surprise for you guys. We're going to get our views. We always get our views, but I really wanted everybody to see it. But make sure that you guys, after y'all see this, okay, we're going to show you this video here in a second. We got more stuff coming. So, Dre, play that funky bean footage.
I want to tell y'all right now, my next single coming out on this too. By the way, I'm just putting it out there. I gotta put it out there. Shout out to the diehard Chin. I'm the MVP for this, and shout out to the people that made this happen for sure. Shout out to them.
Shout out to Ruben. Make sure y'all, Ruben's Customs. He's here with us with the Rise Up, one of our newest members with the Rise Up family. Check this out, y'all. Check this out.
Woo! Hold on, Marcus. I gotta play that one more time. Run that back. Run that back. Woo! Big things
Now,
popping.
I'm
Little
telling
things popping.
y'all, this has been a little something that we've been talking about, we've been discussing. We finally were able to get it together. We've actually been talking about it for probably close to a year, huh, Andre? Me and you, we like side conversations about this. Just
Jesus
something
coming next.
we wanted
Jesus
to do.
Next.
It's coming. It's coming. But also, so here's the news. It's gonna be an online raffle. It's gonna be an online raffle. So if you want an opportunity to win these shoes, and you have Buffalo Bills fans out there, I mean, you don't have to be a Buffalo Bills fan, but I would imagine that most of the people that would be interested in these shoes are Buffalo Bills fans. If you want an opportunity to win these shoes, me and Ramona, we're going to be setting up an online raffle where you're going to get your raffle on there. Buy as many tickets as you want. More tickets you buy, more opportunities you have to win. You're talking about probably about $150, $160 pair of shoes after all the work. I mean, they're Under Armour cleats. They're already expensive. Then with the work that's been done on them, the custom, you're not going to find any more cleats like that. That's a custom job. That's a custom paint job, custom design on it. If you want an opportunity to win that, give us till Monday. Me and Ramona, we're going to set up a raffle for it. Get your raffles. It's going to be digital. You don't actually have to physically have a ticket. And then the first week of the season, between the first and the second week of the season, on the Sunday morning show with the fire starter and Mookie Hawkins, the first week of the season. Who y'all play week one, Dre?
You know we played them Jets.
You play the Jets. That week in between the first and second game, you have an opportunity. That's when we're going to have the drawing on Sunday morning on the Buffalo Bills show. The fire starter will be reading off the winner for those shoes. Now, for all of those people who may not be Buffalo Bills fans, I got more news for you. We have 4 other pairs of cleats from different cities, and for the next 2 weeks on the Alphabets Football Talk Show, we're going to be breaking out 2 pair of custom Under Armour football cleats, size 12. I'm going to keep the teams a secret, and just like we showed these shoes to you this week, me and Ramona next week when she gets back, me and Ramona will be showing 2 more pair of shoes that you can win. So even if you don't have the opportunity to get the Buffalo Bills, and you do have a chance, you have 4 other chances to get 4 other pair of cleats of teams that I will not disclose yet because I want to keep it a secret. Me and Ramona and Dre were kind of holding up. Huh?
It's all for a good cause, and it's all for a good cause too.
It's all for that. So I need y'all support on this. Make sure y'all are telling everybody. I'm gonna post the cleats up, the ad that you just saw that the first lady made for me. I'm gonna put that on my wall. That ad is gonna also be in the Rise Up family. It's also gonna be on the OnPoint network. So share this with everybody you know. When you want an opportunity to win these cleats, and Dre is gonna be reading the winner of that on a live show. So to find out, so you need to be tuning in to the Sunday morning. Get up early, the early Buffalo Bills show with Andre the Torch Robinson and Mookie Hawkins on Sunday mornings. Make sure that you all are tuning into that. So we're very excited about that. We got a bunch of new merchandise that's coming out, T-shirts. I got all kind of stuff. We got red, we got blue, we got black, we got orange, we got purple. I can pretty much get any. Tonight I'm wearing the navy blue. You need a Rise Up hat. Dre's got you. He's got some T-shirts over there on the East Coast. I'm over here in Texas. So anything you need, but stay on these shoes. We got 4 more pair coming from different teams, and we're gonna have a great time. And on each of the Rise Up platform, we're gonna pick the shows real soon. Here, we'll let you know. And there's gonna be some on TODT. There's gonna be some on the Love Show. There's gonna be some on the Alphabet Show. There's gonna be some on the Buffalo Bills Show. So there's a lot of opportunities to win, and we're really excited about that. Rise Up, we're doing big things, and we appreciate all y'all support. And
coming up.
It's coming up, so get ready for that. So we'll be playing that again before the end of the show, so y'all can get another look at that. And then we're gonna, after the show is over tonight, we're gonna be posting up those shoes in the Rise Up on the Rise Up page. It's gonna be on my wall. It's going to be on Dre's wall. It's going to be on Ramona's wall. And make sure y'all are liking and sharing that ad. So that's the surprise. I hope y'all like that. And for people who may not be Buffalo Bills fan, you may like some of the other stuff we got coming too. So there it is. So moving on to the next topic. What we got next? Man, I'm hyped, man. Man, that ad, man. Ramona, she at it again. Ramona, she doing her thing as usual. Just with the creativity and just making things look good. She does a lot to make us look good. And Ramona, we miss you tonight. We really appreciate everything that you do.
Listen, we want to do this one more time. We don't usually do this.
One more time? Can we do it? We're going to play it one more time.
Sometimes it's a celebration. You got to have a celebration about stuff sometimes. I'm going to play it one more time. Throw some lights and hearts in the air. Let's go.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Ooh. Y'all just wait. Y'all just wait, man. It's gonna be fire. What we got next, man? What we got next? I'm so amped up now, man. I ain't even a Buffalo Bills fan, man. I want to take them cleats and take them out and go run around in them already, man. I'm telling you, man. I go out there and go run around in those.
You ready?
We might have to have Mookie Hawkins show that to some of the Buffalo Bills players for real, man. See if I don't know if any of them wearing 12, man. We might have to do something, man. I don't know. So let's go. What we got? Top 100 players in the NFL. What we got?
We're gonna start talking about the top 100 players again. Me and Marcus really haven't had this conversation, but we about to have a debate. I'm sure it's about to be a debate going on. Obviously, the guy that you see right here on the slide is number 1 on that top 100 list. Lamar Jackson is. But I have the entire list of top 100s, and I got some gripes. Myself. I'm a little upset myself with some of this stuff. And I'm going to start telling you who these players are. So we're going to start from 1 to 10. We'll start from 1 to 10, and if we get past 10, that's cool. I know we got a couple minutes left in the show, but I want to get to this. I want to get to this top 10, and Yannicka Ngakoue is not in the top 10, by the way. Just letting y'all know that right now. Yannick Yannick is not in there. Yannick is not in there. Okay? He's not in the top 10 whatsoever. So, y'all need y'all butts whooped for this. All right, so here it is. The full list of top 100 players in 2020. Marcus, number 1 is Lamar Jackson. Number 2 is Russell Wilson. Number 3 is Aaron Donald. Number 4 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 5 is Michael Thomas. Number 6 is Christian McCaffrey. Number 7 is George Kittle. Number 8 is DeAndre Hopkins. Number 9 is Stephon Gilmore. Number 10 is Derrick Henry. Now, let me ask you this question. If you had to take somebody out of that top 10, who would it be?
Out of the top 10?
Who would it be? Comment section, you can comment as well. I want to know, who would you take out of that top 10?
I'm taking Derrick Henry out of the top 10. I'm taking Derrick Henry out of the top 10. I like Derrick Henry. I think he's one of the see when you're doing stuff. Who's the highest rated running back on that list? From the list that you just read, who's the highest rated running back?
Oh, we know Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, so they're basically saying that Derrick Henry's the second best running back in the league. That's what they're saying. And I don't think that Derrick Henry, as great as Derrick Henry is, and you know the term that I use for Derrick Henry, something that we haven't seen, unicorn. He's a unicorn. There's nothing like him in the NFL. He's 6'4", 250 plus pounds. I don't know what they have him listed as. And I don't you don't see with that type of speed and power. But I'm not saying that Derrick Henry's the second best running back in the league. I think a case can be made for Zeke. I think there's a case that can be made for Saquon Barkley. I think there's a case that could be made for Nick Chubb. I'm not putting Derrick Henry as the number 2 back in the league. And in my opinion, I think that Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the NFL. Even I know that Lamar Jackson won the MVP this past season. I think Patrick Mahomes is a generational type player that we do not see for every 20 years. I believe that. When you look at his mobility, when you look at his accuracy, when you look at his arm strength, when you look at his decision, like on the Madden game, they have build a player, or at least they used to. Madden comes out next week, by the way, shout out EA Sports. Got to get that PS4. But when you look at a player, when you're building a player, when you're building a franchise quarterback, what does Patrick Mahomes not have that you want in a quarterback? And I'm asking you, Dre, what is Patrick Mahomes' weakness? What's his weakness? Does he have any weaknesses?
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes' weakness is getting off hot in the biggest of games. If you watched them last year and you watched them this past postseason, Patrick Mahomes takes some time to materialize himself as a quarterback when it comes to big games. Does he win the big games? Yeah, majority of the time he wins the big games because he's just that talented. But sometimes it takes him 2 quarters to figure it out, in which Patrick Mahomes is a second half quarterback. He's a better second half quarterback than a first half quarterback in big games. And you can look at any game you want, and I'll tell you. So let me give you some premise. New England Patriots.
Okay.
They probably would have went to the Super Bowl had Patrick Mahomes had a better first half against the Patriots. The year that they got played with the roughing the passer on Brady crap. Yeah, if he has a better first half, they're not down 31-0, and they don't have to come all the way back and win that game. Like, he pretty much came back and won that game in the second half. Like, that's crazy. The Super Bowl against San Francisco took him the last 7 minutes of the game. He did a Damian Lillard like situation where he scored 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes to win the Super Bowl this past season. The 24-point comeback from the Texans. Took them two quarters to get it going, and then once he got it going, you can't stop him. I mean,
but
I think that's really his only weakness.
You're naming all these teams, and what is the one denominator with all of those teams that you just mentioned?
They're all good teams.
They're all elite defenses,
except for the Texans. Texans don't have elite.
Except for the Texans. I think that game was more of. I think that game was more of. The Chiefs' defense is not as good as the Chiefs' offense. I think that's been proven. But when you're playing against elite defenses, look, how do we rate the 49ers defense last year? Top 2, top 3, maybe the best defense in the league. And he carved them up in the second half of that game. I mean, sometimes it takes a sec. It takes a little bit of time to figure it. Look, that San Francisco defense, let's not act like they were a bunch of scrubs.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
And to go out there and you talk about what bigger game is there than the Super Bowl? And to go out there and that performance, and let's not forget, I don't think he should have won the Super Bowl MVP, but he did. He's still a Super Bowl MVP. Struggling against the Ravens. There is nothing bad about struggling against the Ravens. There's nothing bad against struggling against the San Francisco 49ers defense. I think San Francisco is going to have another top 5 defense this season.
Mm-hmm.
With the additions that they make, picking up Kinlaw from South Carolina, their defensive line was already stacked. And then you add a guy like that in the first round. So, I mean, when you struggle against a team like that, I don't think that there's anything bad about, disgraceful about struggling against an elite defense. You know what I'm saying? So, asking me about another guy who I don't think that should have been in the top 10, when you look at all the other players, I'm going to say Stephon Gilmore.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that.
Look, we call balls and strikes here. What now? There's generally been an argument about who the top 2 or 3 cornerbacks are. Okay, who the top 2 or 3? To me, I would look at Stephon Gilmore, Trey White, Jalen Ramsey, maybe. Now where's Trey White at on this list? Now you just read me the top 10. Show me where Trey White is on this list.
Marcus, I'm going to personally show you right now where he is on this list. So get ready. Get your eyes ready for this, because you're about to get upset like I was when I seen this. Get ready. And this is for everybody that's watching too. Y'all might as well get ready to get upset, because this is absolutely ridiculous. When I say people do anything for clout, and then some people don't get no respect at all. Some people don't get no respect at all. Sir, I'm not scrolling like this for no reason either, by the way.
That's terrible, man. Like, I don't know what
do you see where he's at? Oh, no, he's right here.
Am I about to get upset?
Yeah, I just highlighted it. Like, do you see it?
That's ridiculous. That's out and out disrespectful. That's disrespectful. That's just disrespectful.
Hold on. Here's the worst. No. Here's the worst part, Marcus. Ready for this? Jalen Ramsey is number 37. What? Richard Sherman is number 28. What? Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
Neither one of them are better than Trey White. Not even close.
I would say that. Trey White's better than Trey White's better than Jalen Ramsey. Trey White is better at this stage in his career. At this stage, Richard Sherman, he's a little bit older of a player now. Close to 30 on the other side of 30. You know, he doesn't have the foot speed. We saw him get cooked in the Super Bowl by Sammy Watkins.
Cooked, yeah. And people will make an excuse and say that the safety didn't help him over the top. Well, then you should versify your game. That has nothing to do with me. Versify your game then. That's all I can say for that. That's ridiculous. Trey White is 47 and Stephon Gilmore is number 8. Yet Trey White had 6 interceptions, played more downs on defense, and didn't allow a touchdown the whole entire year. The whole entire year. And we're sitting up here putting Stephon Gilmore at number 9 and Trey White at 47. That's
ridiculous.
Highly disrespectful.
So you're saying, look, if you want to have a debate, if you want to have a debate with me about Jalen Ramsey and Trey White or Stephon Gilmore and Trey White, I can have that argument and debate with you. There's nothing that you can say to me. The most persuasive person in the world, an NFL expert, there is nobody that could tell me at this stage in his career that Richard Sherman is better than Trey White.
But watch this.
There's nothing you can say to me.
Here's the worst knock out of all of them. And this is shout out to Die Hard. And this is shout out to Die Hard. Stephon Gilmore is number 9. Right?
Yes.
He was Defensive Player of the Year, supposedly, right?
Okay.
Minkah Fitzpatrick is 35 on this list. Please elaborate. How?
And they're saying that this list is made by the players. They're saying that so that really makes me wonder because look, I think that they need to do like a composite list. When you get, I think you should take players, coaches, GMs, fans, and then average where they're picked at to put them somewhere. Because you're not going to tell me if I got 20 GMs from the NFL or I got 20 fans from the NFL and say it, and I like the fact that the players pick, but some of them too, they don't like certain players. I think it's also a popularity contest. It's also, you get some guys that go to the Pro Bowl. And it's like, dude, that guy ain't been good in 3 or 4 years. And you're still picking him to go to the Pro Bowl? He's not that good anymore. Richard Sherman is not the same player he was with the Legion of Boom. Can we agree to that?
That's definitely agreed. What? Not even close.
Now, if you're telling me this is Richard Sherman backed up by Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas, okay, we can have that argument. There's nothing that you can say to me right now to tell me that Richard Sherman is better than Trey White.
Nothing.
What did you say that Minkah Fitzpatrick was? Minkah Fitzpatrick was in the 30s?
35.
The instant impact that he made when he was traded from Miami to Pittsburgh, I mean, the film says it all. I mean, he was a playmaker, an impact playmaker once he got traded to the Steelers. And he was still playing good with Miami. But hell, nobody looks great playing for Miami. Not last year anyways. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick and me and Ramona, we've said this, and I'm going to say it again. I'm not saying that Minkah Fitzpatrick is Troy Polamalu, but he is Troy Polamalu-ish, where he's always around the ball. He's always got his hand on the ball. He's always doing something. He's disruptive. He is explosive. You're not going to tell me he's a 35.
This to
I
me
think
where
Ramona said in the comments, TJ Watt didn't even make the list.
TJ Watt. No, TJ
So when
Watt
you look
is
at
25.
stuff,
TJ Watt is 25 on the
25.
list. My problem, but see, here's where my problem starts to incur. Dalvin Cook didn't even play the whole season. He's 21. He's 21. Mike Evans is underneath Richard Sherman. What? I don't care if Richard Sherman went to the Super Bowl. You're not telling me that Richard Sherman is a better corner than Mike Evans is a better wide receiver. I'm not hearing it. I'm not hearing it at this junction. Who would say that? Who would say that Richard Sherman is a better corner than Mike Evans is a receiver? Who would say that?
What did the 49ers used to say? What did Jim Harbaugh used to have his players say? Nobody. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Nobody that watches football seriously is going to say Richard Sherman is better than Trey White. No, it's not going to happen. No. Dalvin Cook is rated higher than Ezekiel Elliott?
Yes.
The man hasn't had this was his first 1,000-yard season, and Zeke still had more yards than him in this season. He had 1,300 yards. Zeke did, and this is a down year for Zeke. And you're gonna put Dalvin Cook over Ezekiel Elliott? It's like, come on, man. Come on now. Come on. I'm not saying that Stephon Gilmore is not a good cornerback. When you say he's number 9 and this player is in the 40s, you're basically saying he's head and shoulders above this guy. Head and shoulders, and I don't think he's
not even hair follicles better than Trey White. Let alone. Come on. He's not even hair follicles better than Trey White.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, come on, man. When you read stuff like that, it's like, come on, man. Like, I can't take you seriously when you're saying stuff like that. But we can talk about that all night. We're getting close towards the end of the show. What else we got, Dre? Because
our last thing was about Yannick Ngakoue.
I was in a pretty good mood. We just showed these Buffalo Bills clean. Now you got me. I need something to make me feel a little bit better, because that reading that list makes me kind of irks me a little bit.
Yannick Ngakoue has not been sought out by a team yet.
He was trying to. They were trying to trade him to the Jets, and I had a big debate with Ada Cruz. You know, she's down there in Jacksonville. She's like, you know, he's not getting what he wants. Yes, he is. If he gets out of Jacksonville, and goes to another team, they cannot extend him. And guess what else? They also can't franchise tag him next after this season's over. Sure. So you get to get away from Jacksonville. You get to go to a new team and get a fresh start. You get to get paid, you know, guaranteed money for 1 year, and then you get to pick and choose pretty much where you want to go. That's what people don't understand. One of the things that players really look forward to, being free. I mean, because think about it. A lot of times, this is the first time that you really get to be. This is your first time getting to be free as a professional. You know, I mean, for college, you got recruited. You know, you got recruited in college, but you don't get to dictate where you get drafted unless you're Eli Manning.
Right.
You don't get to dictate where you get to go. You know, it's like, you know, if you're the number 1 pick, you're going to the worst team in the league, pretty much. You know, so to have the opportunity to be free, you know, now that's a double-edged sword, because you know who else is kind of finding out the hard way, having the ability to be a free agent? Clowney. You know, he's getting a reality check. I ain't playing for nobody unless I get 15 million. Well, guess what, bro? You're gonna be sitting there for a minute. We ain't giving. You know, you watched All About the Benjamins.
Mm-hmm. Hit the music. Hit the music.
No, no one's giving you type of money, bro. No one's giving. Do you think that somebody's going to go up there and give you? You know, at first he was asking for 20 million.
Marcus, I done found some more discrepancy. Okay. So, Randall, yes, I agree with you 110%. How is Kelsey numbers in the top 10? I mean, how is Kittle in the top 10, but Kelsey in the late teens? Yeah, I couldn't figure that out to save my life either. So Kittle is number 7, and Travis Kelsey is 18, but yet Travis Kelsey beat Kittle, whatever, in the Super Bowl, whatever. Here's the other one. You ready for this? You ain't gonna like this one, Marcus. Guess who's number 43?
Who's that?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Please say he's not ahead of Dak Prescott.
Yes, he is. He is. Dak Prescott is right in front of Trey White at 46.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's just, you know.
Jimmy G.
I'm telling you.
Jimmy G
is better than
Dak Prescott.
Jimmy G.
You're right.
Jimmy, the weakest link on that team. He's the weakest link on that team. They got an awesome offensive line. They got, you know, a top 2 tight end. They got a couple of playmakers at the wide receivers. They got a 3-headed monster running back, an elite top 2 or 3 defense, and you still can't do that. You give Dak Prescott that defense. Give him that defense. Give him that defense where he can toss the ball around and see what happens.
Right. Hey, Marcus, I want to ask you one last question before we end the show.
All right.
Three wide receivers: Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams. Rank them. Rank them. Yeah. Adams, Diggs, Cooper. Rank them.
I'm going Devontae. I'm going Amari Cooper, and I'm going Diggs.
Say what? Say it again.
I said I'm going Devontae Adams number 1, Cooper number 2, and Diggs number 3. I think Devontae. I think Amari Cooper. Listen, and when I say this, look, Devontae Adams to me is an elite wide receiver. The thing that holds him back is they don't really have another option on the other side of him. Now I will say this, and when I say this, a lot of people are going to get mad when I say this, but I really do feel this. I feel like Kirk Cousins is a better thrower of the ball than Josh Allen is. I believe that. And I don't mean arm strength. I'm talking about his touch. I'm talking about his accuracy. I don't think that there's 2 quarterbacks in the league who have a stronger arm than Josh Allen. But I do believe Kirk Cousins, as far as a quarterback, in the purest sense of reading a defense, throwing the ball accurately, and throwing with anticipation and touch, I think Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback. I think that there's going to come a time in this season, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I will come on my show and I will be like, look, I was wrong on this. I think there's going to come a time in this season where Josh Allen overthrows Stephon Diggs, throws it behind him, puts it too far in front of him, and gets him hit in traffic, and Stephon Diggs is going to come back to the damn cuddle and cuss Josh Allen out. I do believe that. Now, if I'm wrong on that, I'll take it. I do believe that. I believe Amari Cooper is one of the elite route runners in the NFL. Now, does he fade away in games sometimes? Yes. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He does fade in games sometimes. But I believe that Stephon Gilmore, he's temperamental. and we're going to see what his will Stephon Diggs still be happy if he's getting five or six targets and goes, 4 catches for 72 yards and 4 catches for 72 yards. Is he going to be happy with that even though y'all get the win? Is he still going to be happy with that? Hey, I'll reserve judgment tap with Mookie Hawkins. He talks with the man. We'll see. So what's your thoughts on that? You ain't got nothing to say? You ain't saying nothing? No? I'm going to read some of these comments here before we get ready to get out of here. Let's see. Randall says Adams, Cooper, Diggs, like me. Ramona says Adams, Diggs, Cooper. Adams, Diggs, Cooper. Dalton Smith. Randall says, oh, I guess we don't agree on this one, so you're wrong. God knows the truth. So, it is what it is, but, we'll see. So we're about to wrap this up. Dre, any last words before we get ready to get out of here? I know you got to get ready and go grind some more like you do. Any last words?
I got one last word.
What's that?
Continue to watch the Alphabets football show. All right.